Video 1, Reflecting Feelings. I have with me here today Damian Austin of the United States Army. How are you today, Damian?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good, thank you. What would you like to talk about today?
Well, as you stated, I'm in the United States Army, and right now I have a decision to make. I can get out of the Army when I'm supposed to next year in May, or I can take an option that allow me to get out early for employment, but I don't know which is the right decision to make.
So you feel uncertainty about what you should do, whether you should stay until your initial discharge date or leave early to begin a new job.
Right, because they both have their pros and cons, so that's what's kind of put me on the fence on which way I should go, because I have different variables that I'm looking at that are making me hesitant, but there are other variables that are making me think one is right over the other. So like I said, I'm just really on the fence on which way I should go.
So you're telling me that you just indecisive.
Yes, I am indecisive because, again, like I said, I'm looking at both scenarios. They're both beneficial, but the main thing that is a hesitator for me is the fact that right now I'm the only one working in the household. My wife doesn't work, so if I get out early, it would be good because it'll take a lot of stress away from the job that I'm experiencing now and has been causing problems at home. But at the same time, if I do get out early, then that would put a lot of financial stress on me. If I extend and wait till my initial discharge date, I can kind of have things, I guess you could say, in a better organized and be more prepared for when I get out, versus if I get out earlier, I kind of have to rush things or crunch things into a way and make things be in order, but there's no guarantee that things will be in order if I get out early.
So you are concerned financially if you get out early because you are the sole supporter of the household.
That's correct. If I get out early, like I said, I have the option to start working, but I wouldn't start working for maybe a couple of weeks, and that's kind of a gap of not getting paid that I don't want to sacrifice. But there are other variables that could fill in that gap, i.e., I know that I'll be getting disability, but there's no guarantee that that would start at the time that I would get out. But if I wait until my discharge date, that gives me a larger window, and it gives it a greater amount of time for certain paperwork and certain things to be pushed through and sent to the right people, so that when I do get out, there will be a gap with me working, but I would still, number one, still be getting paid through the military until my final date, and my disability would kind of kick in, which would give the added income that would be needed.
So it sounds like you have a big decision to make because you know what you want to do, but because of finance, you're hesitant.
Right. I've been talking to my wife about it because I also value her input. She is, of course, currently still looking for a job, and her getting employed would definitely kind of sway my decision one way or the other, because with both of us working, then that would definitely, again, fill in that gap of having to take care of certain things within the household. But then again, it still opens up a new variable of, is her employment going to be enough to cover the gap and cover certain expenses that I know my employment covers, like paying the rent and paying for the car and things like that. So again, it still brings back the same thoughts of, if I get out earlier, will we be able to cover the expenses of the things that we have to take care of? And if I wait until my initial discharge, will we be okay because we can budget that, or vice versa?
So it sounds like you're saying that your decision will have a great impact on your family life.
Definitely, because we have 3 boys that live in the house with us, and my mother-in-law. So again, if at any time there's a disruption in finances, that could definitely impact the whole household, because we have to buy food, and like I said, we have to pay the rent, the light has to be paid, we have to keep the water on and things like that. So that's why it is such a big decision, because I want to make sure that the decision I make is the right one. But it's just the uncertainty of knowing if certain things are going to fall into line in the proper way, so that we can continue to thrive in the right way without having to struggle, without having to worry about the necessities in life. So it definitely is a big decision to make.
So you have a big decision to make, and you are including your wife in making these decisions.
Oh, definitely. I include my wife in everything, any big decisions. I always talk with her, because I said I value her input and I value her intelligence. I know she's going to, more than likely, she's going to say what I'm already thinking, but it's nice to get more insight, from a different view, because she might think of something that I wasn't thinking about, or she might see something in a way that I didn't see it. So, but yeah, any major decision, any big decision, I definitely talk with her, because we are a team, we're married, so I don't want to make a decision and not include her in. So.
Is that 3 minutes?